Hey guys, welcome back. So today I have a very, very important question for you. What do you do when life gives you lemons? Okay, so it's a bit of a silly question, but today we are not going to be turning these lemons into lemonade. Instead, I am going to be turning them into lemon meringue pie filling without the meringue. Okay, so lemon pie filling is what I'm going to make with them. But what I'm also going to do is take that lemon pie filling and I am going to turn them into no-bake cheesecake cups. And I'm going to show you the whole thing. So let's get going because I've got a lot of work ahead of me. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is take our lemons and we are going to zest them. I'm probably going to do about 2 lemons. Okay, so our lemon zest is ready. I'm going to set that aside, set our zest aside. Now I'm just going to roll them a little bit, just to soften them up. I did do this before I started zesting them as well, but I'm going to do them again. Okay, now that they are softened up a little bit, we're going to cut them in half and we are going to juice them. All right, so we need a half a cup of lemon juice, but because I want mine to be a little bit more tart, I'm gonna do more than half a cup. All right, so now we need our egg yolks. We need 5 egg yolks, so we gotta separate them all. All right, with them separated, we're not gonna use the whites, so we are just gonna set that aside. And then our egg yolks, all we're gonna do is give them a quick mix. Just gotta lightly beat them. And then we're gonna set this aside until our base is ready, which we'll do next. To get the base ready for our lemon filling, I'm adding 1 1/3 cup of sugar, 6 tablespoons of cornstarch, 1/8 teaspoon of kosher salt. I'm going to give it all a really good mix. And now I'm going to start adding 1 1/2 cups of water. You want to make sure it's all mixed, and then you're going to just let it cook on a low heat until it thickens, which will happen very fast. This sugar base thickened very quickly, so you really have to watch it when you're making it. So what we're going to do with this, we're going to take little scoops at a time and we are going to start mixing it into our eggs. And we're doing this really slowly because you don't want your eggs to start curdling. So just a little at a time until you've used about half of the sugar mixture that was in your pot. Remember, you don't want them to curdle, so little bits at a time, make sure it's well mixed into your eggs. I'm just going to scrape down my pot, make sure nothing's stuck to the bottom, and then we are going to start adding our eggs into our mixture in the pot. Again, just do this slowly, make sure it's all well combined. You don't want anything to curdle or go all lumpy. So now that it's mixed in, we're just gonna put it on a low heat until it starts to bubble. Okay, this is starting to bubble now, so I'm gonna add some of our lemon juice in. Gotta switch hands. So about half a cup, maybe a little bit more. I'm adding a little more because I like it a little bit more tart. Alright guys, so I added about 3/4 cup of lemon juice instead of half a cup, only because I like the more sour taste to a lemon pie. Next I am adding our lemon zest. I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons in. The last thing we're adding are 2 tablespoons of butter. There's 1, there's 2. All right, so I only mixed it until the butter was all melted. Now it's starting to bubble, so I'm gonna turn the heat off and it should be all done, and we are gonna set this aside to cool until, well, I need it cold or it's gonna melt the cheesecake. All right guys, so to let our lemon pie filling cool, what I did is I put it in another bowl so it's out of the hot pot. I put a piece of plastic wrap over it so it doesn't get like a weird little crust on top. And all I'm gonna do is put this in the fridge until it's cold enough that it's not gonna melt our cheesecake. Next, I'm gonna show you how to make the cheesecake. To make the cheesecake part, we are adding 2 blocks of cream cheese into our mixer, and we're gonna mix it with 1 cup of sugar. And I almost forgot to add my splash of vanilla. Then you're gonna mix it all together until it is very smooth and very creamy. All right guys, so our cheesecake base is looking good so far. The cream cheese is smooth, it's creamy, exactly how we want it to be. So I'm gonna put this in another bowl because I need this mixer again. All right, set this aside and we're gonna wash all this. My mixer bowl is washed and it is in the freezer right now, cooling down. So I'm going to show you guys how to make the graham cracker crust for your cheesecake. First thing we're starting with is 1.5 cups of graham cracker crumbs with 2 tablespoons of sugar. And I am starting with 3 tablespoons of butter, and we're going to mix that in first to see what kind of texture we get. I think I'm going to have to add some more butter. So put your butter in and start mixing. And it does need a little bit more butter. So I'm only adding about another tablespoon. So that makes 4 tablespoons of butter in your mixture. You want it so that it kind of holds its shape because this is your base of your cheesecake. All right, while we're waiting for everything to cool, we are gonna take this and fill these awesome little like wine glasses. They're little plastic ones. And we are gonna put our base into it, our cookie base, our graham cracker base. Oh my gosh, I keep saying cookie. So, what I'm gonna do is just put a little spoonful in, and then I have my little muddling tool, which is used for like bartenders. Bartenders use it. That's what I'm gonna use today. So you're just gonna put a little bit in each cup, and then you're gonna take the little muddling tool and you're just gonna gently tap it all down. There, just so it makes a little base. So now I'm gonna put that in all the cups until this is all gone. And if I have some left over, that's okay. We are ready to move on to the next step in making our cheesecake. So my bowl has been in the freezer for a little while chilling, and we are gonna be making Dream Whip. I am making 2 packages of it, and I am making it according to what the box says. My milk that I'm using is vanilla bean infused. I have been infusing it with some vanilla beans for a while, so I'm not going to add extra vanilla into this. And I almost forgot to put my whisk attachment on instead of the pedal. Our Dream Whip is ready. It is forming stiff peaks, just the way it should. So now we're gonna mix in our cream cheese with it and mix it really, really well. So keep mixing until it's all combined. So we are ready to start putting all of this together. I just took the lemon pie filling out of the fridge. It is cold, it thickened up beautifully. I'm just gonna give it a mix before we start using it. I'm going to be using 2 piping bags, one with a round tip. The other piping bag has a flower tip on it. So we're going to start with the lemon. We're going to take the lemon pie filling, we're going to put it in the piping bag with the round tip on it. Next, we're going to take the other piping bag, the one that had the flower tip, and we are going to put our cheesecake into that one. So with both our piping bags filled, we're going to grab those little cups that we put all our graham cracker crumbs in, and we are going to start filling them. All right, we're going to start layering our cups. We're starting with the lemon filling. Then we are adding the cheesecake, adding another layer of lemon. Whoops, kind of ran out there. Refill. Finish your lemon, and then you're adding your last layer is going to be the cheesecake. So once you've done that, you can add decorations if you want. I'm adding a little piece of a graham cracker, little candy lemon, and a straw for a pop of color. So I know that was a lot of steps to make these adorable little cheesecake cups, but they are absolutely worth it. Now, I'm not going to eat one today to show you guys how amazing they are, because I already know. These are for my friend's birthday. It's one of her favorite desserts, so that's why I made them today. And I'm going to put them in the fridge until we're ready to have them after dinner. And I'll put a little candle in one of them for her. So it's very easy to make. There's no baking involved. It's no-bake cheesecake. You just use your stovetop to make your lemon pie filling. You can also use a can of lemon pie filling, which I do sometimes when I'm feeling lazy. That was a pretty easy recipe. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember to hit the like button, subscribe, and that notification bell. And if you are first time watching my videos, thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you enjoyed this one. So, I will see you for whatever I make next.